think they've settled down for the night. What does it sound like? The moms aren't too excited that they're not in there with the babies. Looks like they're very settled down for the night. Don't you think? You guys going to bed? Good night, good night.
Are you guys mad? Okay, let's get milk. All right, this is what we got. So this is Honey's udder. She freshened about a month ago. Not too bad, not too good either. And then here is Wynona's. Now, right away, she could use some better attachments on the side for sure, but it's not too bad of a shape, and it's got a lot of volume, I bet. I have to admit, the milking machine is faster than me. Of course, Honey doesn't have that much milk. Move your leg over. Oh, she definitely does produce a lot of milk. It's not bad, like the attachments aren't horrible. It's not like she's hanging on by a string, you know, she still has these on the side that are holding it. It's just, she's got a lot of volume, so that's gonna pull it down. Just a minute, you gotta be patient. Let's switch. Very nicely. Come on. See if they figure it out. This way. Watch. There you go. Now here are these two udders. I mean, River's perfect, obviously. The only thing with Reba's udder is that last year her kids, her bucks specifically, favored this side, and so it made her not produce as much on this side. So she's a little bit lopsided, and I thought it would maybe correct itself the next year, but it's still a teensy bit off. It's kind of hard to compare with Wynona and Reba. They're very similar. Reba's a little bit better, I think. The reason I look at udders so much is because it determines if I want to keep kids out of that dough. So you can see that Reba has, I don't know, I think she might have a little bit better attachments and form than Wynona, but it's really close. You can see how hard it is to decide between their kids. When you own goats, you'll spend way more time than you imagine looking at udders. So I found a trick with training first fresheners. When you milk one side, they always lift that leg up. So just do both at the same time, and then they don't know which leg to lift up. See how she's wanting to lift this leg up over there? That's the trick, because in the beginning, the first fresheners, they're not very good, and they want to kick a lot. They're not really used to somebody, you know, messing with the udder. So instead of doing one side, just do both. That's the trick. Lydia taught me that. Come on, you're all done. Let's go. All right, thank you for your service. A lot of milk today, I can tell. Look at how much milk that is. All right, guys, Kevin's been working on the bucket and he's got a method down he's gonna share with you guys today. Now, since we hybrid bottle feed, we've already got them trained to the bottle. Now the bucket's purpose is to make it easier on us and not take so long to feed them, because they're already friendly. You can check that box, and now we want to go faster because it takes forever to bottle feed 9 babies. The trick to bottle feeding is to feed them on the first feeding of the day. That way they're the hungriest. Are you guys hungry? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go. Let's go. This is a scientific method.
Trick is to not smash the baby goat. And use a really heavy bucket on top.
They've all pretty much taken to it. We had to do some training. They all have their little quirks. Like Junebug is really mean. Cricket is such a brat. She'll like drink for a little bit and then she'll knock everybody off. She's doing pretty good now. Oh, she's starting to knock them off. Wednesday gets a little bit confused. She's not as strong of a sucker as everybody else. Look at that, look at that. She just knocks people off. Look, she'll go all the way around. Drives Kevin crazy. What? It's right there. Everybody else is eating. Look at that. She's so mean. Cricket. So it's a little bit of chaos, but we still can get them to eat fast enough. So what we do, Kevin looks at their bellies and he pulls the ones off that are eating too fast. So Smudge is always he's always the first. He eats so fast.
Okay, who else has a big stomach here? Oh, your stomach's pretty big. Yeah. Once you have a big stomach, you go in here. Congratulations, you have a big stomach. Congratulations. Always these 3 that are left. Yeah. You win. Wednesday's so slow. And then Cricket is the worst. Knocks everyone off. See how her stomach is. Yeah, her stomach's big. Cricket is just so impatient that she runs all around, knocks everyone off, and doesn't actually eat until the end. So impatient, Cricket. So slow, Wednesday. So we gotta feed her a little bit with the bottle because she's just not fast enough.
And now it's playtime for the babies. It's nice because the old ladies can watch all the babies play. They wouldn't be very friendly to them, but it's fun to watch. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you are busy with baby goats. Look at all this. We've got all of this chard. I've got snap peas that I need to eat. I've got a bunch of spinach and other chard popping up. I can't even walk here. All this cilantro. My flowers came up. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. I can't even walk in my walkway. I guess the walkway's changed. No, those are just weeds over there. This is my row of like half kale, half weeds. And then this is my row of carrots back here. But then we've got all of this that needs to be harvested. But right here where I'm standing, these are gonna be the tomatoes. Well, tomatoes and zucchini. So we usually cover up these beds so that weeds can't grow. And then the microbes in the soil can thrive and flourish, because in Arizona we dry out a lot. If your soil dries out, you're not gonna have a lot of good microbes and everything. So let's see what's underneath them. Not too bad. We've got a little bit of weeding to do right here in this spot. I don't know what happened here. See, let me show you how good this soil is. Like, it's so soft and loamy. I haven't done anything to it. It hasn't had water aside from the rain. All that's been happening is it's been covered up during the winter. And so the microbial life has stayed alive. I love it. So easy to plant in now. Like super low maintenance gardening. So I'm gonna get to work getting out these weeds that somehow crept in the shade, and then we'll broad fork it and be ready to plant. Oh, but I will be putting some goat poop down, cause we have plenty. Remember when I used to make you rent a big tiller? Yes. And you'd like break your arms trying to till all this ground for me? And now you just use the broad fork. I love this thing. And Kevin loves it too. I had to pull it out of the ground because I saw you were using it for a fence post over there, so. Yum. They're always good. They always eat their vegetables.
Yeah. Stop, Tilly.
Tilly, stop. Just eat it. Oh my gosh. You love these. These are your favorites. Look. There's a flower there too.
Oh, pretty Tilly flower.
Alright, I didn't show you guys in the last video all the other kids that I love. Because I love all of them. So we're going to go through and show you some of the benefits. Some of the good things about each one. Alright, Kitty is just so nice. She's so nice and level. But what I love most is that she's so wide. She's so nice and wide. And her personality is just to die for. So it's really hard to not let personality win, but you know, there is some validity to it. You want to be able to have a goat that you can work with, so you can't totally discount personality. Junebug is going places, like, ooh, she has got sharp teeth. She is so nice. She's so strong and healthy. She's feisty, but she's also really wide too. Like, there's really nothing bad about Junebug. She's so cute, but she has a very strong personality. That's for sure. Now, Birdie's really nice too. She's kind of hard for me to get her to stay here. She's real nice too. I really like her. She's super wide as well. If I can get her to stand, she's a little more tricky to get to stand. She's a good little goat. There's so many good ones this year. Okay, you guys, this recipe, I can't even. It is so good. Like, I know I say that a lot, but you gotta trust me on this one. Now, I am making corn tortillas from scratch, but you don't have to do that. You can just get packaged corn tortillas. Making them from scratch is really easy and sort of fun, so if you wanna do that, go ahead. The way I do it is I weigh out some masa harina, some finely ground salt, so I had to kind of use my mortar and pestle to get it really fine, and then we use hot water. And the dough comes together like that. It's so easy. You don't have to let it rise. Obviously, there's no leavening agent in this. You just have to let it rest a little bit, maybe for about 10 minutes. And then we'll form into balls and we'll press. After that, we just cook them on the griddle about a minute or two on each side, and that's it. We're done. Now, if you really want these to get a charred sort of color on them, you can do this on a cast iron pan. That'll work better. But the griddle works fine for me just trying to crank these out so I can make the best recipe ever. Like, I'm watching this and I want to make it again. It's so good. I'm gonna cook some chicken in my Instant Pot, just a few different seasonings, onion, garlic, salt, pepper, all that. Meanwhile, we're gonna make the sauce. Now, I should probably say by now we're making enchiladas. Enchiladas, which is just like, these are next level because these aren't just your regular enchiladas. These are honey lime enchiladas. Like, so good. So we'll start by obviously sauteing onions in a pan. We gotta get the flavor going. Then we'll add a can of green chilies and then 2 cans of enchilada sauce. Now, I'm using Hatch brand for all of this. I don't know if that's an Arizona thing, but that's like what we do here. That's basically the sauce, except for one last part, which, yeah, cream. We gotta add the cream. The cream is what makes it so good. So yeah, these are creamy green chili, honey lime enchiladas. Like, oh my gosh, so good. So once our chicken is done, we'll quickly shred it, and then this is where we're gonna put the honey and lime in. So I'm really just drizzling a couple tablespoons, maybe 3 tablespoons. I'm using about 2 pounds of chicken here. So it looks like a lot, I know, but it really isn't that much because you're gonna add the lime and it kind of balances it out. So we'll juice these limes. We'll add about a lime. I'll put the full recipe below so you don't have to eye it. And then finally we'll add some chili powder, and that's it. We'll just mix that up and that'll be waiting for us. Now it's time to assemble the enchiladas. We've got our homemade corn tortillas, we've got our chicken mixture, we've got the sauce, and then finally, of course, you guys, we have to have freshly shredded Monterey Jack cheese. That's a must, okay? There's about a pound here, pound and a half maybe. So we'll start with some sauce on the bottom, but I'm gonna roll these up into portions. We'll do some chicken, some cheese, stick it in the pan. And we'll just keep going until we've got the pan completely filled up. And then when we get to the very end, we'll add the rest of the sauce pretty much all on top, along with an extra topping of cheese. And that's it, guys. We're gonna bake this for about, I think it might be 30 minutes or so. Anyway, I'll post the recipe below. Then we'll head to the garden because we need cilantro and we need some lettuce for a little salad. So we'll just make this quick side salad to go with the enchiladas, slice up a little bit of lime. Guys, look at that. It's so good because it's a combination of creamy and then you've got a little bit of sweet in there, but then you get hit with the lime and it's just Then we add the salad, just like that's my version of a salad, is like, here's some lettuce and here's some cilantro and there's your salad, folks. But yeah, this is just so good together. Just, you can't go wrong, and it's super easy. Oh, I also served it with some black beans. That's right. Gotta be a little bit healthy here. These enchiladas are like so filled with cream and cheese and everything. But yeah, this is really good. It's comforting and it's quick, so you gotta try it. I'll put the recipe in the description. I know sometimes I forget, but I promise I won't forget. And yeah, try it out. Let me know what you think. Okay, guys. Meet our newest member of the herd. Now, I did this last year too. I must do this a lot. So I had a reservation come through and it was gonna be for a buckling. But then somebody backed out on this little doeling and I decided to go for it. So this little doeling is from Willow Ranch in California. It's where we bought River from. And this little doeling has the same dam as River, but a different sire that I love. So I really wanted that combo of genetics. And you guys know I love River so much. And I just thought, let's add some more of those genetics, you know what I mean? So she just made the trip all the way from California today. She looks a lot like River in that she's a buckskin, but she doesn't have any moon spots. She is super sweet and I'm really excited. I love Willow Ranch's genetics. I love their well-attached udders and it's what I need. So we're gonna try to bottle feed this little girl and see if she'll take it. I don't know if she will. She was kind of hybrid raised, but she wasn't taking the bottle this morning. So Renee was a bit worried about her wanting to take it right now. She doesn't seem that interested. Let's pry your mouth open and see if you'll take it if I pry your mouth open. I'm gonna be stubborn. She's kind of taking it. So her official name, you guys are gonna love this. Her official name is Wolvavan Tahitian Twilight. Oh, you're just gonna chew, huh? Is that what you're gonna do? So we're gonna name her, we're gonna call her Twyla for short, just as like a fun nickname. And yeah, I'm really excited about her. It's made it difficult for me to make choices between all the Dolings here because I knew that I was probably gonna get this little girl, and it makes it tough because I really like a lot of things about Reba. I really like a lot of things about Winona. It's hard. I like a lot of things about a lot of these goats here. So as we get better genetics, it's gonna be harder to make decisions on who to keep. You're sweet. Was it a rough trip? I don't know. It was pretty quiet. Renee's husband was also able to drive her here, so that was really nice. We didn't have to make the trek. And he said she was really good. She just slept and chilled the whole way, so I think she just got to de-stress a little bit and just, you know, settle into her new home. So where does this leave, like, which other babies we're gonna keep? I definitely like Cricket, and I think I'm definitely leaning towards keeping Wednesday, but as far as Winona and Reba's, I'm still going back and forth on either Duchess or Kitty. It's a tough one. If I keep both of them, that's a lot of does to raise up. And I have another kind of exciting thing. Back in the fall, I purchased a semen tank, and I purchased a bunch of goat semen so that we could get started on some AI next year, or sorry, this year in the fall. So knowing that I could breed Reba and Winona to some maybe even better genetics makes me realize it maybe isn't as important to keep a doe out of either one of them or out of both of them. It's just tough. There's so many decisions. Even if I had more land, I don't think I would keep a lot of goats because it's a lot of work. And so when I think about if I kept one out of Reba and Winona and Cricket and River, and then I have this one, that would be 5 Dolings to raise up. That's a lot. That's a lot of work for 5 more does to breed next year, 5 does to train and raise and take care of and trim hooves. And then knowing that the following year I'll wanna, you know, keep some more as I'm improving genetics. So I have to be real careful about not keeping too many every year, even though it's real enticing to keep a doe out of every doe. With Daphne, I never really planned on keeping any kids out of her this year because I've kept so many in the past, and I have a big reservation list. I wanted to fulfill those. I feel bad that I've made people wait. So knowing that, I've been making decisions earlier this year. Yeah. I love goats. Are you okay? Are you, sweetie? It's okay. Oh my goodness, you're just a sweetie, aren't you? It's kind of hard to get to a new place. Your belly feels full. I don't think you're that hungry. So, this is Twyla. And I love her already. I've only known her about 30 minutes and I'm already in love. Let's zoom in on your face because it's so pretty. You're so pretty. Huh. All right, let's add one more to the batch. All right, thanks for joining us in today's video. I think I've got my decision down. I think I know who I'm gonna keep for sure. And I'm really excited about this new doeling. So hopefully in the next video, I have my solid decision down and then we move forward on keeping those. But Daphne's gonna be due soon and that's gonna be fun. I'm really excited to see her kids.